So, this is normally where I'd say how you been, but we've got a full house this time around because this is actually the season 3 finale for gaming and collecting this year. And to celebrate, we actually are doing one final anime episode for the year. So, of course, you got me, Bill. You got Alex. She's back again.
Hello.
And then we have two guests I wanted to help round out this season for the end of the year. So, from our fellow GNC Podcast Network show, we've got Matt coming over from Geek Addicts. How you doing, Matt?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Can't complain.
Yeah.
And then from returning guest from the Game Club podcast, we've got Slade. How you doing, Slade?
I'm excellent. It's starting to get cold a bit, but everything's still moving and grooving.
Nice. Now, like I say every episode, how you guys been?
Yeah, can't complain.
Yeah, been good. Bill, you may relate to this slightly, working as a machinist as you do. Have you ever gotten the tiniest cut on your hand? And then you use parts cleaner or like brake cleaner.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
And that little bit goes in there.
Yeah. I was gonna say I thought you were gonna say you get that little splinter, and then the more you try to get it out, the farther it just works its way in.
Yeah, that's the other one. But I had that happen today, and it's this finger, which is like my pointer finger. It's the same one I'm spraying with.
Oh no!
But I'm too. Every time I forget about it, I grab the can and then I use it, and then instantly, I know it's there again.
Yep. We've been there before.
That's the worst.
Yeah. So at the time of this recording, just for context, we're recording before the holiday season, but the time this will come out, it'll be literally right before New Year's. So just for context for people listening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing too crazy going on. It's mostly just going through the holiday craziness and people running around like psychopaths. There was a massive car accident. I know I say this like it happens all the time, but it literally does.
It does. It literally does.
I swear, every episode we record together, it's like, oh, saw another accident today.
I saw 4 or 5 just people rear-ending each other the other day, and I'm like, good lord, what are y'all doing? Get off your phone.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
can confirm. We always see car accidents because it's either me calling Bill and being like, "Hey, there's a car accident," or Bill calling me and going, "Hey, there's a car accident. Go the other way." So
the best one was the one that happened right in front of me. I'm like, "Yeah, I just missed an accident by an inch. Just be careful going home."
Yep.
Yep.
I said, "Noted. Thank you."
And then you were like, "Yeah, I saw that later." Yeah, that's our life living having to go through the city just to get to work every day.
Yep. Fun.
Yeah.
Not for long. No, just kidding. Maybe.
Yeah. Thankfully, I have half a day tomorrow, so I can get
and
through
I
that,
took tomorrow off.
Good for you.
Hey, yeah, it's a smart way to do it. We just everybody who was calling for technicians today, I kept saying, "Oh yeah, we're closed Friday, by the way. We're not actually closed. We're working half a day." But I wanted to go ahead and have that in their head to not bother.
It's a good move. It's a good move.
I'm the only one working a
Yeah.
full day tomorrow.
Oh.
That's depressing.
Okay, we got Matt back.
That lagged a little bit there.
Yeah, I like that all 3 of us were like,
Oh. Flashback.
Well, the worst part was it was
To
Matt was literally Matt was like, "Damn it, I'm the only," and then just paused and we're like, "Oh no,
Oh no.
they've kidnapped him."
Where did he go?
Yeah. Yeah, other than that though, just kind of getting through the rest of the year. Let's let Alex read her water bottle now because we know she wants to.
No, I don't want to. Now I'm embarrassed.
The key
But
to
it
get her
is a
nut.
Kirkland signature. and you can write your name on it.
Oh, lovely.
0 calories.
So this is probably going to be a longer one for our standards, but for this episode, we're actually going to do our final anime episode of the year. And we thought it'd be a cool idea this year to do a kind of recap and discuss all the shows we've watched this year. And I figured we'd bring in a couple friends, particularly ones that were part of our roundtable earlier in the year.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is going to be here. So we're going to each go through our lists, and then we're going to kind of have a little bit of a roundtable style session where we answer a bunch of questions. and just kind of share, compare, and basically have fun with it. So the way we're going to go through this is the order we're going to take is I'll go first, followed by Alex, then Matt, and then Slade. And we'll go from there. So anyone have any questions before we begin, or?
No, I'm really excited about it. Should be a lot of fun.
And I think I fixed my lag problem.
Oh, were you
I
connected
thought
to
you
the
said
wrong
leg
Wi-Fi
problem
again?
for a second.
I was connected to I'm recording at my grandmother's house across the street, and I was still connected to my Wi-Fi across the street.
Oh, I mean,
wonder-
that's pretty good connection though for
Yeah.
being across the street. Like,
Yeah, it's not bad.
I wonder if that's the issue we've been having on Geek Addicts for like the last couple of weeks.
Because I usually check, but this is the one time I just didn't check. But
Okay, good to know. All right, so I'll start off the rundown. Once again, though, guys, thanks for joining us for this. This should be fun.
yes.
yes.
Yeah, it should be an excellent time.
All right, so my list is arguably might be the shortest one because I'm realizing I didn't actually watch as much anime as I thought I did this year. Go me. Also, I'm going to leave it up to your prerogative on whether you want to include rewatches or not. I didn't from my list personally, but if you guys did,
Okay.
perfectly fine. No worries there. All right. So for my list, I started off the year completing Yu Yu Hakusho for the first time. Then I followed that up with I've been ongoingly watching Naruto Next Generations throughout the year. Still not done. Probably won't be done for another 2 years because that show is just hard to watch sometimes. Followed that up with Fruit Basket's Prelude. Then One Piece Strong World. Then the second half of Spy Family, season 1. Followed that up with Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side Dimensions. And then season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen. Then the 2 Sailor Moon Eternal films. And then this is where we went on our massive Studio Ghibli binge, and we watched pretty much all the Studio Ghibli films. The ones produced by Miyazaki himself. I mean, the ones directed by Miyazaki. During that, I also watched the first season of Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro.
Mm-hmm.
Following the Ghibli marathon, I watched the second season of Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. Then I watched the slime movie, the Crimson one. I'm forgetting the name at the moment. Jujutsu Kaisen 0, Death Parade, Chainsaw Man, season 1, the Black Clover film. I started watching Record of Ragnarok. Haven't picked it up again since. Watched Oshinoko. Watched Dorohedoro. Watched the Kaguya-sama film. Started watching the second season of Spy Family. I'm up to where the dub is currently. And I've started watching Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. I'm currently around where the dub is. I'm in the process of watching the 1996 Rurouni Kenshin film series right now. And literally last night, I watched Scott Pilgrim Takes Off.
Okay.
And that ends off my list.
Nice.
So, Alex.
Okay, mine's gonna have a couple repeats because.
Yeah, you might notice a few
Realize-
anime swaps and 3 anime films.
Yeah.
All right, and I also I'll just start it off. I forgot to put all the Ghibli films, so insert Ghibli films. I watched Yu Yu Hakusho, One Piece Strong World, Fruits Basket's Prelude, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side of the Dimension, Spy Family Season 1, Parts 1 and 2, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1, the 2 Sailor Moon Eternal movies, Jujutsu Kaisen 0, that time I was reincarnated as a slime, Scarlet Bond,
That's the
Aggressive Retsuko Season 5, My Hero Academia Season 6, Welcome to Demon School Aruma Season 3, Demon Slayer Season 1, Demon Slayer Season 2, Demon Slayer Season 3, Shaman King, Trigun Stampede, Mob Psycho 100 Season 3, Dr. Stone, the 3 seasons, Trigun, Death Parade, Chainsaw Man, Trigon Badlands Rumble, the 2 seasons of Magi, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stone Ocean, All the Parts, The Way of the House Husband, Season 1 and 2, Blue Period, Mashley, Dorohedoro, Oshinoko, Shield Hero Season 2, another season of Dr. Stone, Demon Slayer Season 4, My Happy Marriage, Buddy Daddies, Kaguya-sama Love is War movie, Dragon Ball Z, Battle of Gods. Oh my god, this is a long list. Yu-Gi-Oh! Pyramid of Life, and then Attack on Titan season 1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
And then part 1 of the final season I finished, and I will finish part 2 tonight and finish the series tonight. And then of course, One Piece ongoing.
Jeez.
I'm
Yeah.
sitting here all grins hearing Attack on Titan. I'm all grins.
I'm gonna finish it tonight. That's my plan. I
Oh,
took
it's
tomorrow off, so I'm literally. I think I'm like, how many episodes am I have left?
You have one episode left if you're there with Attack on Titan. It's like an hour and a half.
Well, I have. So I'm finishing. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Like those 2 like long
movies.
ones I have
Yeah.
to watch, and then I think I have 2 more of the last like regular season to watch.
Okay.
And
There's
then
also the OVAs, which you up to you really.
oh yeah, is that like what's on season 5 under Crunchyroll?
Yeah. So not to distract from this because I'll talk about Attack on Titan for hours, but
For real.
yeah. So the thing is like one of those is the only what I would call filler episode, and it's a cooking
Okay.
contest.
Oh, the one with Jean's mom.
Yeah, it's a
Nice.
cooking contest between Jean and Sasha. There's one that gives a little more for like Levi's backstory, which is pretty cool.
Oh,
And there's
okay.
one about the cattiness of the girls. I feel like it kind of takes place really season 2, season 3-ish for where it
Mhm.
should be, but
Oh wait, did I miss one? Oh, I also no, I didn't. Okay, never mind. I thought I saw it in my questions, and then okay, we're good. We're good.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Matt, what's your list?
All right. So let's see. I started with Fruits Baskets, then I watched Hunter x Hunter. I am most of the way with Spy Family. I'm only behind a couple episodes. Kaguya-sama Love is War, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the whole thing.
mhm.
Chainsaw Man, the first season of Jujutsu Kaisen, and the first arc of the second season. I haven't finished it yet. Let's see, Death Parade. I rewatched the original Hellsing series. Dragon Quest Die. I've watched One Piece from Alabasta through Punk Hazard. I'm partly through Dressrosa right now. Komi Can't Communicate, Afro Samurai. That time I was reincarnated as a slime. One Punch Man, Parasite the Maxim, SAO season 3 and 4, Sorted Online if you don't know. The first half of Seven Deadly Sins, the new Scott Pilgrim anime. One moment. The Kaguya-sama movie, the slime movie. I watched the movie Hells. The Girl from the Other Side. One Piece Strong World. Sorted Online, Ordinal Scale, and the first of the progressive movies for Sorted Online.
Nice.
Very
So-
cool. I also have a slightly long list. First of all, a full Attack on Titan rewatch because my girlfriend has never seen anime, and that was the first thing I did, and I've kind of ruined all of it for her now.
It's a good one to start on.
Yeah, so that, but obviously the final season, part 3, part 4 to me is chef's kiss, right way it needed to end. We have And You Never Thought There Was a Girl Online. Do Not Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, Second Attack, Fruits Basket Season 1, Girlfriend Seasons 1 and 2, Girls in Panzer, Das Final, Part 1, 2, 3, and the film, Girls Last Tour, Hell's Paradise, High School DxD Season 1, which is really weirdly plot heavy for what I thought I was going into for that, and it's kind of endearing. Horimiya, The Missing Pieces, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, the Love is War movie, Konosuba, An Explosion on This Wonderful World, Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible, The Lensman, Licorice Recoil, More Than a Married Couple But Not Lovers, My First Girlfriend is a Gal, My Hero Academia Season 6, My Tiny Senpai, Naruto Shippuden, which for my testament, I did watch all 500 episodes.
Wow.
Yep. Oshinoko, Reborn as a Vending Machine, Now I Wander the Dungeon, Rising of the Shield Hero Season 3, Shinobi no Itoki, Sing a Bit of Harmony, Suzume. Those last 2 are movies, by the way.
Mhm.
The 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you. The dangers of my heart. The girl I like forgot her glasses. Tomo-chan is a girl. Watamote, no matter how I look at it, it's your guys' fault that I'm not popular. Your name and Zom 100 bucket list of the dead.
Nice.
Nice.
You went for the alphabetized.
Well,
rather
that's the way it is because I'm making that tier list. I'm gonna rank them all at the end of the year.
Nice.
So.
God, whenever I participate in one of these kinds of episodes or listen to one on another podcast, like when I start hearing the names of all these animes, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. That's why a lot of people don't watch anime.
Yeah, when you start like, just throwing words together that are
See, I love that one that's like my 100 girlfriends or whatever.
the 100 girlfriends who wait, hang on, let me make sure I get this right because there's a lot of reallys in it. It is man. It is the 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you. It's 5.
See,
Last one's all caps.
I haven't watched that, but I love it because you'll always see those anime like tier lists or like rankings that you see pop up on Reddit all the time, and they've been doing like the top 10 couples ones all the time, and he's fucking in 7 slots every week. And I'm like, Jesus.
It's to the point where like one of the girls that he's dating, because it's obviously a harem, right?
Yep.
Her mom is like, I'm also in love with you, and I'm like, where are we? What are we doing? What
What are we doing?
Well, it's one of those. It knows how dumb it is.
Yeah.
And it leans
embraces
that this
it.
is it really embraces it, which always will get a pass.
That's fair.
Yeah, I love those lists because it's like there's like 7 slots and like there's like 10 slots. 7 of them are filled by that guy, and then the number 1 is like Lloyd and Yor, and I'm like, they're not even a real couple technically.
No.
And I'm like, this is great.
Oh, jeez.
All right, so we have actually a lot of variety to our lists. Me and Alex's are a little similar, but that's for obvious reasons. I love that
I would
Matt.
say that yours is similar to mine, and then I watched a ton of more shit than
Yeah.
you.
Well, no, you didn't watch Miss Nagatoro because I know you won't like that show.
I didn't. I'm sorry.
I love that Matt's list is literally like half the shows from the Anime Roundtable, which is
Well, I mean, the Anime Roundtable was a big eye opener for me as I realized how basic my anime interests were. I was like, shit, I gotta expand my palette a little bit.
Right.
no, and that's why I love doing these because it gives me more things to watch in the future.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
Ironically, like some of the ones on Slade's list, I've read the manga but not seen the anime adaptations for. So, all right. So we have a few questions that I wanted to kind of go through with everybody after, just to see kind of the different answers we come up with. So the first question I had was, what was your favorite show of the year? And I wanted to start with this one because this one's probably the most difficult question when you really think about it.
Nope.
Well,
Nope.
depends on who you're asking, I guess. Yeah, so I guess I'll start. For me, the show that I think hit me the most this year was probably Oshinoko.
It's a really good choice.
That fucking first episode.
Oh.
Like, I've read the manga, and like the first episode honestly hit me harder in the anime. Because the first episode is literally a movie. Like, it's an hour long. The ending, I knew it was coming, and I still fucking got hit by it. And then the show completely changes into a completely different show from episode 2 onward.
Right.
It's a really interesting show to watch as well, because if you're a fan of Kaguya-sama, you'll notice the writing is very similar, but the shows could not be any different tonally.
No, they couldn't be any more different.
And it ends literally right at a point where I'm like, fuck, I want more. Yeah, and the manga is not that, and they're only 4 volumes in on the manga, so you're like, you can't even just read ahead. It's like, god damn it. But yeah, Oshinoko was probably my favorite of the year.
Nice.
So, Alex, what was your favorite anime this year?
Gear 5, baby, One Piece. Let's go. I'm sorry. I've been waiting for I waited for that for like a whole year of reading it in the manga and then seeing it get animated, and it was worth the hype. The animation, great. The episode, perfect. Everything about it, amazing. Everyone should watch it. It's great. Just catch up, Matt. Catch up, Matt. You have to.
I'm caught up in the manga mostly, so
I know, but like seeing it animated, like they did such a good job, and it was just like you were like, yes.
didn't
She
they?
made our
Didn't they
mom
outsource?
watch it.
Oh, really?
What? Yeah. I'm sorry. I needed to watch it when it came out.
Didn't they like outsource the animation to WB because they wanted like the Looney Tunes kind
I
of?
think that was made up. I don't think that actually happened. I think that might have been made up, but
That would have been really cool though.
it honestly, like, it looked like it with some of the Looney Tunes-esque animation of like Gear 5. Oh, it was so good, and it was a great year for One Piece. I mean, we got the live action that was actually good, you know, not
That was-
garbage.
One of my favorite Alex quotes from the year was during the lead up to Gear 5. Slade was trolling Alex in our server for like a week, and then literally Alex is like going crazy. She's like, "Fuck you, Slade!" Just like randomly in an episode.
I'm sorry.
It would always make me laugh like during the episode, and like I'd be listening at home and I'd just be laughing about it, and then have to explain why. It's like, don't worry, I have Gear 6 back here, so it's
No.
Awesome.
Well, maybe Gear 6 someday.
Loopy
But-
just changes into a fucking car shifter. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
all right.
you just like that anime where the girl turns into a car is where we're going next.
Yeah.
I like the one better more.
Yes.
Oh,
But
gee.
anyways, One
All right.
Piece.
So
it's
Matt,
great.
what was your favorite series that you watched this year?
That's a hard one for me because, like I said, I was pulling from a lot of different shows from everybody's list, so I watched a lot of good stuff this year. But it's probably a tie between Spy Family and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh, JoJo's is so good.
Nice.
Like, because I actually a couple of years ago I had read the first 3 parts of JoJo's and I liked it a lot, but once I actually started watching it, I was like, this just it hits different when you're watching it.
Right.
It's so much better that way. And Spy Family just was one of those unexpected, like I was not expecting to like it as much as I did. It was like, as far as slice of life goes, like that's right up my alley. That's where I go.
See, season 2 has been hitting me in like all the right places, I will say.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Slade, what was your favorite show of the year?
It's Attack on Titan. Doesn't get better. Attack on Titan.
Understandable.
Storytelling doesn't get better. And you know, when I saw the end, I honestly I cried. I'm just so happy that it's over. I don't have to sit there and like Attack on Boruto or whatever. It's not going to exist. It's just it's a wrapped up story.
It's done.
It's done, and that's I'm so happy about that. It's wrapped and done.
I'm waiting with bated breath for January 7th.
There you go. There you go. Man, we had a watch party here. It was so good.
See,
So
I
you want-
would have watched it subbed, but my wife would divorce me if I watched it without her, and she's dub only. So
Gotcha. And the you know, Attack on
Dang.
Titan is one of those very fortunate animes to have a just tremendous dub.
mhm.
Honestly, it has a very tremendous dub, and that was one of those. I told the last round table I had to go buy the last couple of volumes of the manga because I was like, nope, the anime ended too early. I gotta know.
Yeah,
So
that's
So I'm
my.
gonna have to pause my Attack on Titan watching, is what you're saying. Because I've been watching it with the dub, and I don't think I can switch to the sub at this point.
you have one episode is the only one. It's the very last episode.
I know,
January
but
7th.
January. I might just wait till January 7th because that's not that far away. So I'll finish where I'm at now, and then I'll pause, and then
Yeah,
I'll
I
just pick it up again.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say, Bill, you got no more excuses now.
Nope.
One.
Yep.
So once Rurouni Kenshin's done, it's the next one,
Yep.
and I'm halfway through Rurouni Kenshin. So
Yeah,
By
I
the
was going to
time
say
I'm
that
done-
was one.
by the time it's done, I should be. It'll probably be January 7th by then. So
There you go.
Fair enough.
What were we gonna say, Matt?
Oh, I was just going to say that was one thing that I missed is I did technically rewatch Attack on Titan with my father-in-law actually.
Yeah.
And then I did watch the new episode when it finally came out in English.
nice. All right. So the second category, this one is a little bit harder. So what was your favorite movie of the year? So anime films I've always found interesting because they're like legitimate films in Japan and in America as well. and they actually like can stand up on their own in a lot of ways. This one was actually probably the real one that I had the hardest time deciding, but if I'm going to be 100% honest, I have to say my favorite movie I watched this year was the Black Clover movie. So the reason why is like, so Black Clover was the last anime I watched last year. Alex finally got me to watch it thanks to an anime swap, and it's long and it didn't hit me right away, but after rewatching it a bit, I realized how much I really like that show in a lot of ways. So like once the movie got announced, and at first I was worried because the Big N was handling it, and the Big N is very hit or miss when it comes to animes. I got a bit skeptical because I was worried they weren't going to bring back the funny cast, but they brought back everybody. And the movie is debatably non-canon. It doesn't really have anything in it that's like makes it explicably non-canon, but it also has nothing in it that makes it canon, like most anime films. But it is just a fun action film all the way through. All the lovable characters are back, and everyone is like spot on in their roles. And I remember when that one got announced, like the dub was out. I sent it to Alex. She's like, "We're watching this tonight," and we did, and it was a wonderful time all the way
There you
through.
go.
Nice.
So, Alex, what was your favorite movie you watched this year?
My favorite movie I watched this year was Trigun Badlands Rumble. I started watching Trigun this year. I started out watching the new series, and then I went back and watched the old one, and then I discovered there was a movie, and I watched that too. And I just really fell in love with the Trigun series this year. It is so good, and I just love the movie because I felt like it had like a really good mix of like the classic series, but in a more modern art style. But it still had like that fun, and I could see like the character elements, like it was kind of like this middle phase before they went to this new series where they're telling a new story. But I really liked it. It was a really good movie. Really like Trigun.
Yeah, that's one of the ones she really like fell in love with this year.
Yeah.
So, Matt, was your favorite movie you watched this year?
See, I didn't watch that many movies this year, but I'd probably say The Girl from the Other Side was the one that I liked the most.
Okay.
It's the only adaptation of the manga that it's based off of, and it kind of like barely scratches the surface because it's an 11-volume manga, and obviously they're not going to be able to cover the whole thing in a movie, but it's just something about the vibe of it. It's very like fairy tale-y. The art style is incredible. If you guys ever get the chance to look up the trailer, you'll see what I mean when you see the art style. It's very different from what you'd expect.
Nice. I'll have to add that to my list because I've actually never heard of that.
Nope.
All right, and Slade, what was your favorite movie you watched this year?
It was Suzume. It's
nice.
the new Makoto Shinkai movie. If you don't know who he is, he did Your Name, Weathering with You, Garden of the Words. It's so pretty and it's really good. My little hot take on it, it's not as good as Your Name, and then it's kind of hitting on some of the same tropes, but it's worth your 2-hour watch time, and the dub cast is very good.
Yeah, that's been on my. I was gonna try to watch that yesterday after I finished Scott Pilgrim, but I was like, I don't have enough time.
It is very good.
It's on my list, like, because Your Name is still one of my favorite films of all time.
Right.
I feel like he kind of walked himself into kind of like a hole after he made Your Name, because
yeah. So
Weathering
that's
It with
kinda,
You was also good, but it just wasn't the same as Your Name.
right. And so that's kind of what this feels like, is that he's trying to do what he knows. And there's something comforting about it, but there's also like you could try to branch out a little bit, It's one of those kind of situations. Like, yes, this is good, but you've set your bar a little too high, if that makes sense. Like, what you're making is still really good, and if I hadn't seen Your Name, I would be like, no, you need to see, Suzume, but it's really good.
Was there any cameos in it from previous film characters?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so
there is a Your Name cameo.
Oh, good. Because that's my favorite. That's my favorite part of Weathering with You, and Taki and Mitsuha show up for like 3 seconds.
Yeah, there is a cameo in Suzume.
Nice.
This is slightly off topic, but has anyone seen or is planning to see the new Studio Ghibli film
Oh, the new.
with Robert Pattinson?
Oh yeah.
I heard a
bet.
lot of really good things about it.
I
Apparently, it's
have
just
too,
destroying
yeah.
records.
Yeah. I've heard it's
I mean,
good, so-
we've
Uh-oh.
seen all of them at this point. I have to watch
I just
them all.
broke my chair.
Oh, jeez.
I just broke the arm. See? Oh no, it's covered by the logo.
Oh, gee.
I don't know. I need help. Oh no.
Oh,
I
jeez.
just broke my chair.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Alex,
Like, if
Alex
I don't,
really is looking forward to that Ghibli film to the point where she ripped her chair arm off.
I know. I'm
She's
so
very
excited.
Is everything going? Yeah, pulled the full Macho Man.
Jeez, what'd you
Only
break when
this
Gear
logo
5 came
wasn't
out?
here.
No, Gear 5, she went out and just like flipped over trash cans out in the streets.
No.
She was like,
Anyway.
she paused it, was like, Mom, I need a moment. Runs outside, just flips the neighbor's trash over, and then
No,
goes
that
back
would be if
inside.
I was upset. Like if it was bad, I had great reactions.
Sometimes you just need to get the excitement out.
Oh god.
All right. So, question number 3. This one is another interesting one. What shows did you guys drop this year? Like you tried to enjoy it and you just couldn't, like, for whatever reason. Like, for me, I didn't mention it on my list because I didn't get very far in it, but I made an attempt to watch Bleach.
Okay.
And I got about 7 episodes in, and I fell asleep, and then I woke up, and it was around episode like 15, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't think this one's for me." So I put it down again. Maybe I'll try again in a couple of years because I've tried to watch Bleach multiple times at this point.
I will
Wow.
say it gets better and then it gets worse. But
That's-
there's like a good peak if you keep watching it. Like
I've heard it goes through peaks and valleys where it's really good,
Oh,
then it's
yeah.
really shit,
Oh,
and then it's
for
really good,
sure.
and then it's really shit.
Yeah.
It's like it's really good, and then it gets to a whole arc of filler, and you're just like, why did you do this to me?
I'm surprised. I personally really liked the first season. I mean, it's been a long ass time since I watched Bleach. Like I was in middle school the last time I watched it, so it's been quite
Yeah.
a while. But I remember
think
the first couple seasons being like the peak for me.
I think the problem is I was doing it in tandem with watching Rurouni Kenshin,
Mhm.
and that's two sword heavy animes, and I just found
Yeah.
Kenshin more interesting, to be honest.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but when you fall asleep on the couch, and the next thing you know, it's like 3 in the morning, and the show's still going, and you just like shit.
Not a good sign.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes, that was my drop this year. Alex, what did you drop this year?
So I dropped Blue Lock. I thought I was gonna like it because like I really liked Kuroko no Basket, the basketball anime, and I really liked Haikyuu, the volleyball anime. So I was like, oh, soccer, let's try this one. And then like I just couldn't get into it. The premise is a little like it's a little more funkier. So I don't know if any of you guys have watched it, but it's like rather than them being like a team of guys and they're all like, on a sports team and they're trying to win, this one's like, all right, we're sending all you people to a training camp where you'll be eliminated over time. And I wasn't expecting it. And I think it just kind of threw me off and I couldn't get into it. I just couldn't. So it was a weirder premise. It wasn't what I was expecting. And I think maybe if I gave it another chance, not expecting it to be like like a bunch of kids playing on a
Yes.
team, like I think I'd enjoy it more, but I was just very thrown off by like it's literally this dome and they can't leave until like there's one person left. So they're locked in this forced to play soccer, and there's like a tier system. If you're at the bottom of the tier, it's interesting, but I just was not expecting it, and I couldn't get into it. It just threw me off. And the only other one I dropped too was I tried to watch Tokyo Revengers again because I watched the first season and really liked it, but I just like it just fell off. I just couldn't get back into it, unfortunately. So I tried again and I just couldn't do it. So I lost interest.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Matt, what show did you drop this year, if any?
Well, that's the thing is a lot of the shows I've watched this year is pulling from the tops of everyone's lists from the round table. So I
Oh,
really
so you
haven't
don't want to
dropped
say
any?
who's you dropped?
No.
No, just kidding.
I really haven't dropped any. I guess the closest you could say is I'm taking a mental health hiatus from Boruto right now.
Well, I
But
mean,
but at the same time, I'm really digging what the manga is doing, so I can't even say really that I'm dropping it. I'm just not watching it.
Yeah.
Right.
to be fair,
But-
I've been on a mental health hiatus from Boruto for like 4 years now. So
Yeah, that's fair.
I have like 4 of the DVD sets and I just still haven't watched them because I'm like, they require me to watch Boruto, and I don't
Yeah,
want to
like,
watch
nah, I
Boruto.
can't do it.
I might just give it the ship it in treatment and just skip to the canon parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Slade, what shows did you drop this year?
I have a few actually that I ended up
Oh.
dropping. So one of them was My Tiny Senpai, which I don't know if you've seen like My Senpai is Annoying. This is one of those where it's a rom-com, but they're like adults and it takes place in like the work environment.
Okay.
And it leaned too much into the fan service
Gotcha.
over everything. And that just kind of killed it off for me, to be honest. There's no like real plot forwarding. It was what situations can we get them in? Shinobi no Itoki, which is essentially like, hey, what if we made Naruto in the real world, but without cool magic? It's tech companies trying to one up each other. So it kind of falls a bit flat, and it's written like filler episodes of Naruto.
Yikes.
That sounds both amazing and awful at the same time.
Yeah. I got maybe 4 or 5 episodes in, and it's like 12. So take that as your own risk. The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses. Again, this is another one where I was hoping for wholesome little slice of life rom-com. Just too fan servicey and everything. And the last one is one that's been recommended to me before, and it has a intro that it does not deserve because the intro song is so hype and amazing. But that's Watamote. No matter how I look at it,
Oh,
it's
this one.
you guys' fault that I'm not popular. If you don't know, this is the one with, if you see the like anime girl who looks like a cocained out raccoon. It's
Like
that
the
one.
orange, like is she in like an orange sleeping bag? Is that
No,
it?
no.
No,
Not
that's the
No,
one.
oh.
The one. She's got the constant bloodshot eyes, and
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
I know
got
that.
it's got a headbanger, amazing intro song that it does not deserve whatsoever. And again, I think this is another one. I can get like if I get 6 episodes in a 12 episode anime, I can usually stomach the rest of it. But these, I had to drop them. They just weren't doing it for me.
that's fair. Yeah, it's like sometimes you just get that one that's like you want, because you get one that like everybody loves and like recommends to you left and right, and then you try to watch it and you're just like you just can't get into it. And it's like you feel terrible because it's like everybody, like you have so many friends that are like, this is the greatest thing ever, and you're just like, LOL, nope.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like we've all been there, I'd say. So the next category on our little rundown here. What was your least favorite show you watched this year? This one was hard for me because I generally liked pretty much everything I saw this year. This one might be a bit controversial, but the least favorite thing, for the record, this could be a show or a movie.
Right.
The one thing that I didn't really care for, like this might be controversial because this film is lauded and acclaimed, but Princess Mononoke did not do it for me.
Ooh, that's a bit of a hot take there.
Yeah, like it's weird. So
It didn't do it for me either. It was just I didn't like all the blood.
It wasn't even the blood. I think for me it was
the blood.
For me, it was too long. That was my big problem with it. Like there was points where I was constantly, because we had to watch it in 2 sittings because it was too long.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, I just couldn't get over it. I don't know why, but the blood in that movie just made me really uncomfortable. The gore, it really did. It just made me really uncomfortable. I don't know why.
That's
You're
our
almost
Geek
caught up
Addicts
with
friendly
Attack on
truck,
Titan.
by the way.
Oh.
What was that?
I said you're almost caught up on Attack on Titan. What do you mean the gore was too much?
But it's different. Like it's different because that one I went in going like, oh, it's Attack on Titan. Like that one I went in going, I think we
Right.
watched My Neighbor Totoro right before it.
No.
That's
So
fair.
my reasoning too is the 2 films that bookend it are 2 of my favorite Ghibli films, because it's literally Porco Rosso is right before it, and then
Yep.
Spirited Away is right after. And I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, literally both of those are like two of my favorite ones. And Mononoke, I just was like the hype for it. I was like, all right, this is the one that everyone fucking loves. And I watched it. I was like, I mean, it's fine, I guess.
Do you ever feel like there's like some pressure to like it when things like that happen?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, a little bit.
You have like a little like social pressure to like, oh, you have to like this because everybody likes it.
Well, I mean, it was like the sad part was that actually kind of made me skeptical when we went into Spirited Away, because I'm like, okay, this is the one that everybody fucking loves, and I'm like, am I going to be a cynical asshole with this film? But no, thankfully that film ended up being fucking amazing.
Well, you also have like the nice hindsight of like you're binging all these together and not like seeing it for the first time without the others immediately surrounding it.
Yeah. It was funny because I remember like we did the Ghibli episode with Rick from Pixel Project Radio. Shout out to Rick. And I remember because he was like, because we kind of were both like, me and I was like, yeah, we didn't like that movie at all. And Rick was like, oh, okay. He was very respectful about it. He kind of just let us have our moment. Yeah, that was so for me it was definitely Princess Mononoke. Alex, is it the same for you or?
No, actually,
Okay.
my least favorite show of the year was actually Mob Psycho 100 season 3. I was really disappointed with that. Not disappointed, but I don't know. The ending just made me feel like I was like, that's it? Like, that's the end? Like, no more? Like, it just, like, it didn't leave me, like, sad, but it left me like, oh, I guess it's over now. And I don't know why. Also, like, if you haven't watched it, just the arc with like the fake mob is just like I was like it was a different tone, and I think too the fact that like the voice actors changed on it too was a little like I don't know. I went into it with hype, and then I was like I left it. I was like, oh, okay, I'm sad, and that's
It's always disappointing when that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else watched it or felt the same, but yeah, I was
That's
sad.
Fair. So Matt, what was your least favorite show you watched this year?
To be honest, it was probably Fruits Basket. And that isn't to say I don't like it. I liked the show. I enjoyed what I watched. It just it didn't hit me in the way a lot of other shows that I watched this year did.
That's fair. It's a very deceptive show, I will say, because you don't expect it to be as depressing as it is.
Yeah, it's just really heavy in a way that like I wasn't prepared for, and I it's definitely not the type of slice of life that I would tend to lean to. I do think it's a good show, and I probably will rewatch it at some point. But that it's not to say that Fruits Basket is bad. It's more of me saying how much I liked all the other stuff I watched. So
Right.
Yeah.
That's
I need
fair.
to watch the second half of Fruits Basket. I still have not gone and done that.
Oh, the latter half's where it really picks
I've only watched the first
It's where the
season.
depression really kicks in. No.
yeah.
Yeah, it's on my to-do list with too many other things.
I
but
also feel like it's
there.
a show you have to be like in the mindset for to watch it, because you know it's like not a happy show. It's like a sad show, and you kind of have to prepare that you're going to be sad. It's not going to be a happy watch. It's going to be a depressing watch.
Right.
I will say Fruit Basket is one of the few shows that actually gets me emotional. So in my like ice cold heart.
Yes.
Everyone has their own.
Yeah.
Also, update, I fixed my chair.
Hey.
Congratulations.
I fixed it.
All right, Slade, what was your least favorite show you watched this year?
This is also going to be a bit of a hot take, but it is Hell's Paradise. And this is another it's on its first season. It's got season 2 announced. The manga's done. But the thing is, and this goes for a lot of different shows, is that it's killing off the characters faster than I can get attached to them.
Yeah.
And that's a big problem. So suddenly I don't care about anyone. And that's where you kind of lose me and I check out. Sure, it's pretty because Studio Map is doing it, and if Map is doing it, then it's going to look tremendous if they have time to work on it. See some of those fights in Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. You can tell where they weren't finished, but in this case it was. Sure, it's pretty. Sure, some of the characters are kind of interesting, but when you introduce in like 20 minutes, you've introduced a character, given me the sad backstory, and then you kill them. I'm not gonna care. You know, I haven't had time to be attached.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's understandable because like
Yeah.
to me, like for comparison's sake, like say like going back to like say Oshinoko, like that entire first episode makes you love Ai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It does a really good job in that hour of focusing on her and why you should like her and why everybody loves her, and then it, well, spoilers, you know, rips her away.
yeah,
Yep.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure everyone's been spoiled by like the
Yeah,
Oshinoko.
Yeah.
just in case though. But
Spoilers. She's fucking dead.
right, it's like, so there's like even in Attack on Titan, which, you know, obviously that's a show you can't have a favorite character in.
Oh
'cause-
no.
Yep.
except for Aaron, because he's a good boy and he's never done anything wrong in his life. But
I haven't even watched it, and I know that's not right.
no, that's true. He's a good boy, and he did what he had to. All right. So
Hey, I haven't completely finished it yet.
You've seen enough to know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
True.
he's a good boy, and he's done nothing wrong. But there's so many other side characters in Attack on Titan, and before it rips those away, you do have the time to get attached to them. It's like the big thing, you know, you have the Shibuya arc is the other thing I wanted to bring up for Jujutsu Kaisen.
Mm.
I have just kind of been eyes glazed over for it. Like, sure, the fights look pretty cool, and you know, that's awesome to see, but it's just you're killing off people left and right, you know, and it's like people I haven't gotten to see or spend much time with. Like a little spoiler for you, Gato has these two girls that he raised from their childhood up, and they're like, you know, in love with them. One of them, her sorcerer's tool is her phone, and we never even get to see it used. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, the freaking Gato arc.
I
Oh,
saw
man,
that
I just
clip.
remembered.
Yeah.
I just remembered.
yeah, but you don't even get to see that before she gets killed off. Like how her curse tool even works in the first
Yeah.
place. So, you know, and it's like, oh, well, am I supposed to care about? Like, sure, it looked cool, but okay, I don't care. We're moving on.
Yeah, I will say, like, I remember when I was thinking about watching Hell's Paradise, and then I think you had posted that you didn't like it, and I was like, and then I read a bunch of more reviews, and a lot of people like had similar things, and it deterred me from watching it, so I didn't watch it this year.
Like, it's not bad, to be honest. Like, I would never say that Hell's Paradise is bad, but it's definitely my least favorite for this year. So the writing's okay. Well, I wouldn't say okay. It's good, but it's, again, it's just the premise is neat. You know, I'll watch season 2. Like, it hasn't lost me. So
Nice. All right. So for the next category, I realized I missed a category, so I'm going to add it in after this one. We'll get there. But so the next category is the biggest surprise of the year. Like, what was a show that like you had no expectations for, or like me, sometimes the hype was so overwhelming that you were skeptical.
right.
So for me, my biggest surprise of the year was Chainsaw Man, actually.
Oh, that shit was a surprise.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Like, people were acting like it was like the second coming of Christ here, and I was like,
and how's that manga reading going for you?
Okay, so the manga definitely makes up for it. But and that's why I'm saying it was a surprise, because I went into this thinking like it was going to be good, but I wasn't going to be like, it's the greatest thing ever, like a lot of people were saying.
Yeah.
No, it was a really good show. It lived up to the hype.
Yeah.
Like, we finished those 12 episodes like in 2 sittings, and we were like, fuck, I want more.
Yeah.
So then I immediately continued on in the manga, and I was like, oh, it gets good.
Yeah, and that's
really good.
If you haven't read the Chainsaw Man manga, you should totally read it, because it goes by so quickly. It goes by so fast.
Volume 13 just came out, and I finished it in like an hour. I was like, fuck, like, I'm gonna wait again.
Yeah, I'm much further ahead because I've been treating it like the One Piece and going after it that way. And you don't know what you're in for.
No, I've heard.
Oh no.
My buddy Chris over at Novel Console, he's not the biggest fan of the direction it's gone in, so I'm curious.
You'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I really like the new main character, so I'm hoping that doesn't change. We'll see. All right. I will say though, this is definitely a show where you should not get attached to anybody,
Oh, no,
Yeah.
no, do not.
especially
luck
that
with that.
the orange guy at the beginning.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get attached to him.
Hi, Liz.
Little
How are you?
The little
Yeah.
pupper. He's not coming back.
And remember, if you hear somebody knocking at the door, don't answer it.
Yeah.
Only Bill and I can laugh at that.
Oh no.
Oh boy. So, Alex, what was your biggest surprise this year?
My biggest surprise this year was My Happy Marriage. It wasn't on my list to watch, but I actually ended up seeing like a lot of reels of some of the clips from it, and I was like, wow, that character is such a bitch. I want to figure out why. like literally, it's the main character's sister. Like she's just a jerk. And I was like, wow, you're a jerk. I want to figure out why you're a jerk. So I ended up watching it and I just fell in love with the series. I definitely haven't watched as many. It's definitely a romance, but it has supernatural aspects to it as well. And man, I just really love the main character. Like you just like feel for her the whole time and you're just like, come on, someone help her. Someone help her out this whole time. And she gets her happy ending. Well, it's not over yet. It'll get another season, I think. And I'm reading the manga as well. So definitely it was my biggest surprise because I wasn't planning on watching it, but then I did and I really liked it. So
She
yeah.
was only halfway through it and she's already like, Bill, anime swap. I'm just like,
It's really good. Like it brought me in immediately. Like I haven't like it was different from Oshinoko where that one was like a whoa. Like this one was more of like it's just like I just really like the characters and I really like the story and it was just like I just really liked it. So I'm gonna rewatch it probably again so soon because I just really liked it.
nice.
Yeah.
Matt, what was your biggest surprise of the year?
Mine's a slight kind of two-part thing. The main like anime thing that really surprised me was Kaguya-sama. Because
Really good.
I mean, just based off of the title, like I was not expecting to like it as much as I did, but the show was freaking hysterical. You get so attached to the characters, and it's just this fun, goofy, wholesome.
Mhm.
Like I don't know, I can't even really like put it into words. It was just a really fun. I'm upset that there isn't more yet.
I hope. All you have to say to sum up Kaguya-sama, Ian Sinclair. That is all.
Yeah, he's the best part of the show.
He's the
For
best
sure.
character.
I love how
Um,
exasperated he gets just as it goes.
Oh, that's the best part of it is how he just gets so annoyed with the characters.
Oh yeah, it's like my favorite line of his is like, "Oh yes, this is the girl who's kept her feelings hidden for the last 27 episodes."
Or like whenever like they're playing coy with each other and he's just like, she was lying.
Or there's
Well,
like there's like a bit where he thinks like she's picked up on the bait and they're finally gonna go on a date, and you just hear him like, "Oh my god, it's happening!"
My favorite is in the movie, like during like one of the Kaguya like courtroom scenes where he's like, "In case you're wondering, this entire thing is just one giant metaphor. This isn't actually happening." Yeah.
It's just I don't know. Just overall, beginning to end, it's just such a joy to watch. It's so funny.
Very funny.
But the secondary thing I was gonna say was the live actions that have come out this year that I've seen, like between One Piece and I haven't technically finished it yet, but the live action Yu Yu Hakusho, I was really digging.
Okay,
That's good to know.
very cool.
All right, Slade, what was your biggest surprise?
So I have a friend of mine. It's my friend's wife, Jess. Her and I are big anime people, and every time a new season comes out, we look at the whole list of shows and we go, "This one looks really dumb. Let's watch it." Our stupid pick of the year was Reborn as a Vending Machine. Now I Wander the Dungeon. Is so good. It doesn't need to be good. It doesn't deserve to be good, but it is so fucking good. I didn't think I could get invested in a vending machine, especially where like a character falls in love with the vending machine, but here we are. It's getting a season 2. I'm really excited. But yeah, it's just watch it. It's really good.
I actually had a coworker recommend it to me recently too with the same. That's really good. So it's on my list. It's on
Yeah.
my list.
Good. It went in there expecting it to be really dumb, and it is dumb,
Yeah.
but it's good.
Sometimes the dumbest ones are the best, though.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like one of my favorites, like just in general, is that time I got reincarnated as a slime. And the first time I saw that, I thought this was going to be the dumbest fucking thing ever. And now it's like one of my favorites of all times.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
like the first episode, the dude gets isekai'd by a vending machine. It's
I have to watch this now.
it's
Yes.
really good.
Yeah,
It's
it's
really
going
too.
on my list.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the category I forgot to add. So surprise, rapid fire time. And I'm surprised I didn't add it because it makes kind of sense considering the previous question. What was your biggest disappointment this year? Like not bad, but just like you were disappointed in the end, which sometimes is worse. So I'll go first to give you guys a few seconds to think of something. For me, the most disappointing thing I saw this year, mostly because I was hyped for it, was Fruit Basket's Prelude.
Okay.
Mostly
Mm.
because half of the film is just clip show recaps from season 3, which is fine if you haven't seen season 3 in a while because it's a good refresher. But it's kind of like one of those things where you're like, oh, it's the ending of the series again. That's cool, I guess. I mean, I guess a movie they had to pad it out because the film, for those who know, essentially it covers all of a bunch of like the missing chapters that weren't covered in the original anime.
Right.
It's mostly the love story of Toru's parents. The problem is though that storyline is incredibly problematic these days, and honestly, watching it made me realize how it shocks you how Toru ended up the way she did because like her parents aren't that great, honestly. I mean, her mom gets better later, but like at the time, like watching it, I was like, wow, you're supposed to like these two. Yeah. The best part of the film is like the literal ending, like 3-minute ending where they animated new footage of Toru and Kyo together in the mountains, and it was like, oh, that's sweet. That's what I watched this film for.
Forgiven.
For 5 minutes at the end. Yeah, but that was probably it. I remember me and Alex watched it, and we were both kind of like, oh, we're just rewatching season 3, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the actual movie was kind of like, eh. All right. So, Alex, what was your most disappointing this year?
I mean, like, I would say Fruits Basket's Prelude was probably on my most disappointed too. And then, like, I'd kind of have to say Mob Psycho 100 season 3 again. I mean, like, that's basically what I said earlier. I was so hyped for the show because I love the series, and then I just was left very disappointed. So, because I tried to look back through my list, and I was like, I really can't give anything else disappointing. I guess I could say like I'm disappointed based off what trailers for a show I saw recently. I can say that. Like My Hero Academia the next season. I don't know if anyone else saw the trailers, but that don't look great to me. So
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to that.
I'm hoping.
So are you feeling the same way I'm feeling?
Kind of. I'm just hoping it's from the trailer though, and that's all
Yeah,
we gotta
I
worry
hope
about.
so, but yeah, I've seen some like side by side shots of the manga. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh god, yeah. So I guess that would probably be my biggest disappointment of the year. Is just like, especially because like season 6 left you like so hyped and
Oh,
like
absolutely.
I was like, oh yes, I was like reinvigorated with the show, and then I saw the trailer and I was like, oh no.
I'm just
not
hoping it's a
again.
bad trailer, to be honest. And
I'm fingers crossed it's a bad trailer. That's my hope, but moving on.
Matt, what was your biggest disappointment this year?
I got another slight two-parter. I have trouble deciding things, guys.
That's fine.
Same.
I kind of threw this on you guys almost as abruptly as Slade did the scavenger hunt.
Oh, should we go on one? No.
No. We don't.
So the first one, and give me a moment to explain, Slade, was Attack on Titan season 4 final chapters part 1. Not because of the episode content, not because of the content, but because I waited over a year and then another 6 months for the dub after that, and it was over in an hour, and I felt so hollow inside. because I just wanted more.
Wait, if you haven't been spoiled on the ending,
I haven't. I've been very good
Oh.
about it.
I'm happy you haven't, because when you see what the ending is, you're gonna be like, wait, what? And it's
The hard part about it too is I've had all of the manga for a while and I've been resisting.
yeah.
But the other one was when I finished Hunter x Hunter, and because I know that there's a lot more in the manga and it's still not done, and I know that the anime is not going to get picked up anytime soon, if ever.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's kind of disappointing. So if I want to know where it goes, I'm going to have to pick up the manga, which I'm sure I'll do it at some point anyway, but
Right.
that was a little upsetting.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I
Though.
feel
It was
that.
great.
That was like how I felt when the news came out that the Black Clover author's going through health issues. I was like, oh no, not
No.
another one. I just realized once I finish Attack on Titan next year, hopefully we're gonna have to get this group back because that's
Yeah.
gonna be it.
Oh,
That's
oh,
gonna
yeah.
be
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
The Attack on Titan retrospective.
It's gonna happen eventually.
I might have to pull my wife for that one too.
Yeah.
Or-
You're
or the
gonna every time I find out Bill's watching, I'll be like, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? You know.
See, this is why I kept it a secret.
See,
I
I was
was thinking
gonna-
about posting on Discord and being like, guess what I'm watching? But I was like, nope. I'm
I was
just
gonna say-
my goal was to try and finish it, but I
Hmm.
didn't have time. So
Yeah.
I was gonna say I could just be stealthy and not say anything, but then I'm like, nah, he'll see my Annie list. Like,
I will. I will.
also he'll tell me and I'll tell the world.
Also, just gonna say I'm finally switching over. Annie list much better than Mal. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say that now.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
like Andy List for keeping up.
I'll switch to it soon. It's just a lot to switch
know-
over.
You know what the breaking point for me was? The fact that Mal refuses to put Scott Pilgrim Takes Off on their server, even though it's a fucking anime.
Oh.
They gave a list of reasons why it doesn't count, and I'm like, you realize half the shows on your service would have to be removed if you followed these lists, right? But that's besides the point. It's on Annie List, so just better. All right, Slade, what was the most disappointing show you saw this year?
Oh, well, that's kind of hard to pick because, I look at what I dropped and, what I said my least favorite, just being Hell's Paradise. But if I didn't say Hell's Paradise, I would say the Shibuya arc of Jujutsu Kaisen. Just because, well, the reasons I didn't like Hell's Paradise, the Shibuya arc is doing the exact same thing. And it's just too many characters being yoinked away too quickly. I did finish season 1 of Spy Family, at the very beginning of the year, which is the only reason I didn't name it, but really disappointed in it. And I know that might be a hot take here, and I know Bill is gonna get mad and never invite me again because I said that.
You're
It's just
banned.
it's just because I don't like Anya, to be honest. I want to see Lloyd and Yor doing really cool, spy and assassin shit. I don't care about the school stuff.
I'm just gonna have her here watching you.
In disappointment.
Disappointment. But yeah, that's the thing though. It's just that I didn't sign up for the school stuff. I signed up for awesome assassin and spy shit is what I was,
The school gave us one of the best episodes with Spider Yor climbing the school.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool, but that's Yor, and that's what makes it cool, right?
Yeah.
See, I love a lot of the preschool shit.
Yeah. I'm just not into it, and I end up kind of eyes glaze over and I zone out a bit when it happens, to be honest.
Have you watched any of season 2 yet?
I haven't yet. I'm gonna wait for the dub to be over and just
Okay, you got 2 more episodes, I think.
cool. Then at that point,
will
yes, I'll be binging back through it.
You'll like the cruise ship arc because it's incredibly Yor heavy.
Hooray!
Then the first episode's great because it's literally revolves around Yor getting shot in the butt, and it's
I
great.
love that one. It was great.
Ooh.
But that's understandable. So, what are you doing?
You're right over there?
I was trying to peek over the box, but I'm not tall enough. Wait.
You're on the wrong side for the box.
I know. Oh, wait, I am? Oh, on mine, I'm on the right side. Oh, it must be different on different.
I'm about to say the box is on the bottom right for me. So
I was
Yeah,
wondering
me
what
too.
she was doing.
Wait, what? Because I think I'm on the right over here.
For the people not knowing, this isn't a video. We're not doing video yet, so they're going to be very confused.
yeah,
All right.
I
So
always
next
forget that.
for next category, this one is basically is going to be kind of a free for all. It's going to be honorable mentions. You can share what you thought this year that you haven't mentioned yet that you'd like to just give a shout real quick. So for starters, for me, just to run down a few, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side Dimensions. That film is fucking awesome in a lot of ways. Like,
the only thing bad about it is that Yugi does not scream Yu-Gi-Oh. He doesn't do it in the movie, and it's so disappointing. I just want him to scream it.
I was gonna say that film's great. Like, Kaiba's a fucking dork in like the best way possible.
As usual.
Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro was pretty interesting. That show starts off really, like, I really didn't think I was gonna get past episode 2, and then it just gets really fucking stupid, and I kind of like it for that afterwards. Then the author was previously a porn writer, so that's great.
It shows.
And then another one, Dorohedoro. I like that show a lot more than I was expecting. Not enough to read the manga just because I have too much manga as it is right now. So I kind of hope we'll get a season 2.
Hey, I heard it's in the works. So
also, I wanted to shout out the Kaguya-sama film just because of the fucking amount of hype I had for that damn thing and waiting for that dub for so fucking long.
Yeah.
Even though I'm still a little butthurt, they split into 4 parts for some fucking reason, and it totally killed the pacing of that film. But
yeah, you and I were talking about that in Discord. That it's really good, but I wish it was just one cohesive bit, not divided out the way it is, because it makes some parts of it drag.
Yeah, when we did the 3 anime films, that was Alex's biggest complaint, was the fact that it felt weirdly paced because they cut it into 4 parts for some reason. Then also you get all these people online, they're like, is this season 4? And it's like, no.
No,
Like,
it's a movie.
Yep. Yeah, those are a few to name right off the bat. Honestly, like most things this year that I watched were great. So, Alex, any honorable mentions?
Yeah, so I'll give one to Attack on Titan because it is really good. And like I've been really enjoying it. So I'm gonna have to pause it though, because I didn't realize the dub just stopped. So I'm probably gonna finish the season I'm on now and then wait to watch like the 2 like long episodes together. Because I'd rather watch it. I don't want to space it. I'd rather take a break now and then space it out. Okay, and then Trigun Stampede. I freaking love that show. And it brought me into a love of Trigun, which is great. Oshinoko. It was an anime swap. I didn't really have high expectations for it, and then I freaking loved it, and I can't wait for season 2. Magi. I love that. I fell in love with that show. I adore it. I started reading his new work, Orient, the manga there, and I really like that too. So sad they didn't finish the anime. Very, very sad. It's really good. Dr. Stone, I like had dropped a couple years ago, and I picked it up this year, and I like really fell back in love with the show again. So that was good. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean, so good. I honestly I freaking loved the ending. So I know some people probably didn't, but I loved it. That was great.
It threw me for a loop.
Yeah,
it did, but like I feel like where else were they gonna go? You know, like they needed to change it up somehow, and like I thought it was really good. I liked it. I thought it was good. And then My Hero Academia season 6, but again, I'm a little worried about the next season. But I did really enjoy that one. Yeah, those are mine.
Nice. Matt, what were your honorable mentions this year?
I really like Death Parade. I thought it was a really solid 12-episode series, just, a one and done. Nice. You could watch it in an afternoon, and it's a quick thing. And like it starts off a little bit episodic and it kind of continues that way throughout, but there's always that overarching thing with I forget. Like I said, I watched a lot of anime this year, so I have trouble keeping names together in my head. But like that main girl and the bartender guy, like that whole overarching story between the two of them and stuff was just awesome. I love the whole thing.
Also, that fucking intro goes way harder than it has any right to.
Yeah. I just love I got 2 people to watch it this year. Woohoo! Slade, you're next.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it since you're watching Attack on Titan. I guess I have to.
Now you have to, and then One Piece.
No, I did my time in One Piece.
What about the new series?
The One Piece.
The One
Piece. There's 3 pieces at this point. I mean.
There's 4.
I still hope the One Piece is like a pair of swim trunks that let Devil Fruit users swim. I really hope that's what it is.
That's my son's theory.
Yeah. Or
my
if
God, that would
or
be
if Oda
hilarious.
has like a sense of humor, he's gonna be like, I'm retiring, but I have left the One Piece in a treasure chest on an island.
Go find it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dragon Quest Dai was really fun. It was just a really simple like it was definitely geared more towards kids. In a way that like I mean it goes harder than like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh, but it was just a fun experience overall. And it really felt like it fit in with the Dragon Quest universe.
Nice.
Let's see. Parasite the Maximum I enjoyed a lot.
Nice.
That was another one that was a quick, easy, it was like 24 episodes, something like that. And I remember I caught the first episode like years ago when it was first coming out. And I remember liking it, but I just never picked it back up. I don't know why, but I actually went through the whole thing this year and I enjoyed it a lot. And the other thing is technically a rewatch, but the seasons 3 and 4 of Sword Art Online, absolute fire. I love I know a lot of people dumped that show after that second arc for understandable reasons, but if you just grin and bear it and just get through that part, it gets so good.
Nice. All right, and Slade, what were your honorable mentions for the year?
So my honorable mentions, as you've heard, Do Not Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro's Second Attack. Really good. I'm happy that got a second season. It's very, very funny, and I like to see them grow in their relationship. Horimiya, both parts. I ended up watching both of it and The Missing Pieces this year. That was really, really good. Oshinoko, Konosuba, God's Explosion on This Wonderful World. That's a fun watch. If you've never seen Konosuba, it's isekai, but knows that isekais are dumb. That's what makes it so brilliant. The Dangers in My Heart, which I think, Bill, if you remember, like the first couple episodes, I was kind of down on, but like it has that episode 4 or 5 turn, and it gets really, really good.
Oh yeah, you had sent that to me. You're like, I don't know about this one. You ever heard of it? And I'm like, I'm like literally reading. I was reading the manga as you had messaged me, and I'm like, you mean this one?
Yeah. So it has like a episode 4 or 5 turn, and it gets really good after that. So I'm happy it's getting another season.
My favorite part about that was like all the people online that were like, it's like Comey but in reverse, and I'm like, you guys even watch Comey?
No,
like,
it's not.
Did you even watch
Comey?
Comey?
It's not Comey in reverse whatsoever.
It's not even close.
The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You. It's a rom-com that knows how stupid it is. And this is one that suffered a bit it from like a year ago from the studio got COVID. So it got paused halfway through production and then finished. So I feel like not enough people finished it out. It's a high dive one, but it's Kobo-san Won't Let Me Be Invisible. It's just a very calm, nothing really ecstatic or wild happens, slice of life rom-com. It's nice. It's a relaxing one compared to, like a lot of the other ones you get really stressed about. This one's very just chilled about it.
Nice. So we've given our rundowns now. We've kind of talked about stuff this year. So the final question I wanted to ask was, what are you guys looking forward to next year? Because next year is already looking to be pretty stacked in terms of like anime releases and stuff.
Yes.
To start for me, obviously Attack on Titan, putting that on the list because it's happening next year, I promise.
You gotta dedicate your heart to it, Bill. You gotta dedicate your heart to it.
Bill.
Shinso Sasageo.
I'm gonna get shamed on 2 podcasts if I don't watch it. So
oh yeah.
Well, actually, 3 Slade's podcast too. I forgot about that.
And this one, unless you weren't including.
Well, I was counting gaming, collecting, Geek Addicts, and the Slade's show. So.
Probably many more.
I don't think Thrax cares that much on 3DO, but that's besides the point. But yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, hey, he's watching K-On! He's finally watching an anime.
Fantastic!
Shout out to Thrax. But yeah, so there's Attack on Titan. I'm looking forward to that. Spy Family Code White, the film.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to that. Obviously, Oshinoko Season 2. Loving the hype. I saw a lot of people that were like, they were all bummed because like Ruby's not on the cover of any of the shots. And I'm like, I hate to break it to you, but this next arc is heavily aqua focused. There's a few like there. I'm also looking forward to. So they're redoing Rurouni Kenshin right now, and they confirmed recently that they're doing the next arc, which is the Kyoto arc, I believe.
It's exciting.
Yeah, and so hopefully that means they're gonna do the actual full manga this time, and we'll get the actual full story.
God, I hope so.
Other than that, though, there's probably more. I can't think of them. Oh yeah, Dragon Ball Daima. That's another one.
Ooh, yeah.
Alex, what are you looking forward to next year?
All right, so I'm looking forward to continuing One Piece because it's just so great. But I'm also looking forward to Monsters, the prequel. I think that's going to be really interesting as well. Finishing Attack on Titan, that's one of my goals. The Haikyuu movie that's supposed to be coming out. That's gonna I think gonna be the end of the series, or maybe I don't know exactly what it's gonna be, but I'm looking forward to that. I really want to watch the Apothecary Diaries. I've heard a lot of really good things about that. And after watching My Happy Marriage, a lot of people were also recommending that after watching it. So different tones of story, but I'm very interested in it. Jujutsu Kaisen season 2, I'll get to that. Slime season 3 is coming out, which I'm excited about. Dr. Stone, I need to get caught up, and then I think there'll be another new season as well. Oshinoko season 2, I want to watch that as well. I'm fingers crossed we finally get an update on One Punch Man season 3. It's still on Mal as just unknown, but it's there, so maybe we'll get an update.
Nappa's a little busy.
And you know what? And the other one I want to know is Dorohedoro season 2, because I've seen whispers that there might be one, but that's also a Mappa show, so I'm like, damn it, all the shows I like. Mappa. And then Dragon Ball Daima, I also want to watch that, but I'm committing I will watch Dragon Ball Z this year. I promise.
Okay.
Well, 2024. That's a goal for that. So
She's watching them in
Yes.
reverse.
yes, I am. And then I'll watch Original Dragon Ball.
You're gonna get to original Dragon Ball like this is weird.
This is weird. Yes. So yeah, that's on my watch. And I'll probably watch a bunch of other things too, because I still have that giant backlog of shit I still need to get to.
Oh, shit.
I just went and officially added Death Parade to mine, so
Yay!
All right. So Matt, what are you looking forward to next year?
Mostly finally finishing Attack on Titan. That's been a long time coming.
I'm
Long
sensing a
time.
theme here.
And
So-
the other big one, Dragon Ball Daima.
Mhm.
Yeah, but as soon as I heard about that, I was this close to putting it on my most surprising moments, but I knew it was going to come up in this part, so I had to bring that up. I already have like a million theories about what the story is going to be, and I'm super excited. This is like the most involved Toriyama has ever been in any Dragon Ball anime, so it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Aside from that, I mean, I don't have any particular animes that I can think of that I know for sure are coming back. I mean, there's plenty that I'd like to come back, but to my knowledge, I don't know about any of them. But mostly, I'm just excited to go for the first full year of Geek Addicts.
ooh.
Yeah, we'll save a little bit more for that later. But Slade, what are you looking forward to this year?
I've got a pretty good
Well, next
list.
year.
Yeah, I've got a pretty good list. We have Attack on Titan, getting to see the English dub of it. So the Chainsaw Man movie, which is going to cover the Rize arc.
Yeah.
Which,
All right.
yeah, which I don't want to spoil who that is.
Well, you see her at the
Yeah.
end of the
You,
series.
you do, and I remember. So we used to have Chainsaw Man watch parties at my house, and those of us who had read the manga when we saw Rize were freaking out, and the anime only people were like, "What?"
Oh, the anime only people are going to be in for some fucking shit pretty soon.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there's
Yikes.
nothing gets better. Oshinoko season 2, My Heroes season 7.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
also apparently another My Hero movie I saw, which would
Oh.
make the 4th movie if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Dangers of My Heart season 2, Girls in Panzer Das Final Part 4, which if you thought Attack on Titan was bad, this is worse. And yeah, Konosuba season 3.
Nice. Oh yeah, that's coming back.
Yeah, Konosuba is
Nice.
getting a season 3 after getting a spinoff and its own movie. That's one of those. Again, if you're one of those people who doesn't like isekai, just give Konosuba a try. It realizes isekais are dumb and runs with that.
Yeah, that shows. I haven't seen it in. I saw it back when it came out. I gotta rewatch it at some point, but that's a good one. It's just stupid. It's like Kaguya-sama. It's stupid, and that's why it's good.
Yeah, well, I mean, so is Girls in Panzer. It's also really dumb too, but that's part of what makes it good.
True. I mean, most anime are pretty dumb when you think about them. Kind of hard.
Yeah. But if you haven't noticed, Matt, we've all said Oshinoko. You haven't watched it yet, have you?
Yes.
No.
All right, go add it to
Pressure.
your list.
Right
No,
now.
I-
Write
there's-
it down.
Do it.
It's a lot
Write
of
it
stuff.
down. No.
A lot of
Watch
stuff I
it
gotta
tonight.
add.
Yeah. Fun for the whole family.
Like I said, y'all are giving me even more homework from the last one.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
See, Oshinoko is such a that show to me is still like one of the biggest gut punches of the year because it's like
Yeah.
even knowing it's coming, I'm like, wow, this because the manga itself does do a very good job like getting you like it does the same thing, but somehow animated just hits harder.
Yeah, I think it's because you're visually seeing it.
Yeah, especially my favorite part too is the whole meta sense that like while this whole thing's going on, the Kaguya-sama universe is happening somewhere else because
Yeah, exactly.
they are the same universe. It's been confirmed.
Mm.
But yeah, it's stuff like that is crazy. There's just too many shows and not enough time in the day. That's like really
Right.
the saddest part.
Yeah.
That's quitter talk. I
Well,
watched over 50 shows this year, Bill.
yes,
Man
but
up.
you also don't have to play video games for other podcasts. So
That's
Well,
why you get the multi-monitor
I do
setup,
dance.
Bill.
Yeah.
Get the multi-monitor setup.
you can also multitask a lot better than I can though, because like I if I'm watching something, I have to be sitting down and watching it. I can't like be like
Well, it
on the
depends
computer
for me.
or-
If I'm watching a sub, I obviously
Yeah.
have to pay attention. But if I'm watching a dub, I can kind of like
Yeah.
do multiple things.
yeah.
This thing is, I'm good with multitasking, but if I'm watching a show for the first time, I really want to like sit there and pay
Yeah.
attention. And then on rewatches, I can fuck around and play like a handout
Yeah.
or something while I'm watching or whatever.
Yeah, it's really funny this year too. I watched a lot of. I kind of alternated between new shows and like really old shows,
Mm.
and it's really
Yeah.
funny watching an old show like nowadays because you're like, wow, they used to do things so differently back in the days.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot to add to the list. I watched that the show with that voice actor of Cosmo, and I always Fushigi
Oh,
Yuji.
Darren Norris.
Oh, yeah.
Darren Norris, and oh my god, it throws me off every time because I'm just like, that's Cosmo from the Fairly Odd Parents. What's
Oh.
he doing here?
That's one of the things in Suzume. I forgot the name of the main dude in the movie, but he was Hercules in like the original Disney one,
Oh,
Oh,
like the early 2000s, 90s one.
well, that was
Wow.
kind of like in Weathering with You, where Dr. Eggman appears for like 3 seconds, which is really funny to me. Actually, speaking of that, watching all the Ghibli films, like literally so many like voices, like where I was like,
Oh,
"Hey,
yeah.
it's this guy!" Like,
hey, cameo, yeah.
like in a Howl's Moving Castle, whenever Kelsifer shows up, I was like, "It's Mike Wazowski."
Mike Wazowski.
That's the other
Oh.
thing is I'm so behind on the Ghibli movies.
Yeah.
I
really
definitely gotta
wanna-
get going on those.
You got a
I really want to
marathon.
watch the new one though. Like, especially I really want after Robert Pattinson's voice range. I was like, holy crap! I can't
Isn't-
believe that was him.
Isn't Christian Bale back too? I think he's in it as well.
2 Batman.
Yeah. Oh, and she,
well,
well,
yeah, I saw
Yeah.
pictures of
Yeah,
that,
it's
and I was
Batman in it.
confused.
well, Christian Bale was already Howl in Howl's Moving Castle, and then Porco Rosso had a shit. I'm forgetting his name. Batman '89. Batman. I'm gonna get like crucified for forgetting his name.
Oh.
Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton.
There you go.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I just watched Jack Frost last night with my family.
Ah, Alex doesn't enjoy that film.
Huh?
That was Jack Frost.
That's the one with the snowman that's like alive, and you didn't like it.
Oh no, it's creepy.
It's a
Well,
touching
just
story about a
reminds me-
father and son, all right?
It reminds me of the Campbell soup commercials. That's all.
That's
I don't know
so
why.
oddly specific.
You never saw them? Where
No,
it was
I
like
know
the
it. Yeah,
kid?
yeah.
For those
Every
wondering,
time.
this is from our previous episode, the Christmas special.
Oh,
Um,
we talked about.
yeah, we did. And we also talked about it on Geek Addicts.
Oh,
Yep.
stop it. Sorry.
Alex
oh,
is chasing.
Wait, can you see her?
Nope, she's blocked by the box.
Oh wait, you can see her.
Oh, there she is.
There she is, scratching my chair. Stop it. You're on camera.
Tilly's not gonna care.
Nope.
Yeah,
She's like, yep, I'm here.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Oh, man. But yeah, so anime this year we did pretty good. It's funny how
Yeah.
anime fans are we're growing in power. Like we're going to soon take over
Yeah.
yes.
at the rate it's going.
I actually
Manga-
have a question.
What's up?
What's everybody's favorite opener or ender for the year?
Ooh.
Freckles. I'm just kidding.
I
Okay, so who here has not seen the English opening to Rurouni Kenshin 96?
I have not.
All right.
It is.
I'm going to share this with everybody in the chat so you can all experience
I'm-
how wonderful it is.
I could say
ridiculous.
quickly, mine is the rumbling from Attack on Titan.
I'm with you there.
That's a freaking
Yeah.
bop. I will
Well,
say I never
rumbling
skipped
and-
the intro.
Rumbling,
Yeah.
and then the outro of Under the Tree, which you two haven't heard yet. Maybe
Oh,
you
I
have.
have it. I've
from-
listened to it on Spotify.
Yeah, that outro, just knowing that it's like significance. I don't really want to spoil the significance of the song,
Fair enough.
but it's ooh, that's the only way that. So like, the
I feel-
rumbling is from like Aaron's like
Yes.
perspective, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Under the Tree is from Mikasa's,
Okay.
Ah.
and that makes that song hit super hard.
You can all enjoy that wonderful thing after the show.
Yes.
So in terms of like intros that I really like this year, Spy Family season 2's intro fucking goes way harder than it has any right to.
Does it go as good as the first intro?
It goes
for, like,
better. in
season
my-
one?
In a different
really?
way, but yeah.
Okay.
It's so it's actually it's by Uta, the lady who did all the songs in One Piece film Red.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And so we get the
Well-
wonderful gif of Yor and Lloyd
Otto.
and Anya walking Otto, right?
Yes.
Walking into the camera, which is hilarious because their feet are huge for some reason.
Yeah.
But also it's just fucking insane. Like they're like flying through the sky with coffee at one point and shit. Like it's great.
Yeah. Right.
Jujutsu Kaisen, like the "We Are Your Save," that one. That one's great.
I hate that intro.
I fucking
so
love that one.
much.
I love that one.
It's not as good as the first one, like for the prequel arc at the beginning of season 2.
That one's good
that's
too.
That's a bop, but the "You Are
Yeah.
My Special."
That fucking wormed into my head, and I was bopping to it the entire time.
Mhm.
Both the Miss Nagatoro intros are just fucking metal for no reason. And I love them.
they are. They're great.
Oh, Love is Show from the Kaguya-sama movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but all of the Love is War like intros are a bop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially
because
the
they
first
get
one.
that same. I mean, all Love is War, Daddy Daddy Do, Girl Girl, Love is Show. They better
Yeah.
bring him back for season 4 if it ever happens.
Yeah. they're
Oshinoko's
all-
intro was great, like very.
Oh, Idol, yeah, that's a tremendous song. And then like the it's not really one of the songs, but the what is it? Sign is B or whatever,
Mm.
which is one of the songs from like the end of the show. It's really, really good.
Oh, the outro for the first episode is fucking amazing and depressing at the same
Yep.
time.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think of any other ones.
Comedy is one of my favorite endings.
That's a good
For,
one.
is the first ending from Spy Family?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one
Yeah,
a lot.
there's the one. So there's like the 3. There's the one by Mixed Nuts comedy that was great. There's a Souvenir is really catchy by Bump Up Chicken, best band ever. And then the current one, which is also really good.
Yeah.
God, there was-
The first intro for I forgot what it's called, but for My Hero season 6,
Mm.
it's really good. The second one, not so much.
Mm. Agreed.
not sure if I've seen those yet.
There was
Bill,
one. one
Right.
ending for Dragon Ball Super that I liked a lot was
The Tournament of Power. Oh
well,
wait, no, that's not
that
the
was the
ending.
opener,
That's the
but
opener.
yes, that one too.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say 70 cm square window.
Mm.
That one's really
Oh,
good.
I just forgot. Dorohedoro has like the best fucking
Yes!
outros ever.
All
There
the
is-
out they switch the outros around and they're all by the same band and they're all bops. But
One of
I
the
love Strange
outros-
Meat Pie is my favorite outro.
One of the outros, I shared it over in our server, but they literally made a fan Doom mod for the outro, and it is amazing. Doom has nothing to do with the show, by the way.
No.
It's just an
Right.
outro.
Nothing.
I'm surprised you haven't brought up Chainsaw Man because not only is the
I was
intro,
just
Oh,
bringing that
yeah.
up.
yeah,
Yes.
Kickback is tremendous.
Kickback.
But the
It's
fact
so
that
good.
every episode gets its own outro,
Mhm.
That is nice.
there's
Koa Benny got her own outro, which was
Yeah.
hilarious.
there's a bit you're not there in the manga yet, and to be like as vague as I can, there's a fight in a karaoke bar,
Oh,
and
sounds
like
fun.
and like reading this is one of those, like, you know, you talk about something hitting you really hard when you like visually see it. So going and listening to somebody synced up the song and the fight, and it goes so hard, and it makes me really excited to see. I hope it gets animated that far along.
I hope the intro for the Chainsaw Man movie is just as fucking like bass heavy as Kickback was.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
just
yeah.
that little
I made Bill not skip it every time, and he was so annoyed. I was like, "No, you can't skip it. It's a
No,
bop."
I think you can't skip the intros of Chainsaw Man or the outros because
Yeah,
like the
we
outros
weren't-
are so good and like unique as well.
Yeah.
Yes, the intro to Dorohedoro is also a bop, though.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it does the same thing. I think Dorohedoro had like about 5 outros, different outros. So
Yeah.
it also, and I feel like that's the thing Mappa does a lot. They do the multiple outros recently.
Yeah,
Um,
I forgot what it was, which outro it was for Chainsaw Man, but they like took a lot of inspiration for like fan art for the characters, like
Mm.
putting power in like the nurse's uniform and everything, and it's
I was gonna say, Bill hates them, but I love the Welcome to Demon School Aruma intros. Bill hates them with a passion. And I
Because
play
you
them.
you would never skip them, and when we were still living in the same house, you'd be making your breakfast every morning, watching the show, and I just have to listen to that over and over again every day.
I love them. And I will say, agreed, Chainsaw Man, and then we can't not talk about Death Parade's bop intro.
Oh yeah, flyers.
And then I gotta say, like, Magi, the first intro is such a bop, and it's like such a great welcome to the show. I love VIP. It's like such a good song. I was trying to think. Something else had a really good. I mean, all the Attack on Titan ones have been great.
they're
Loved
all
them.
they're all good except for it grew on me eventually, but the whole word's like
Yeah.
yeah, that one took a bit.
Yeah, my war. That did.
Yeah,
It grew on me eventually, but I had the same kind of.
yeah.
Speaking of older shows, one of my favorites by far is Yu Yu Hakusho's intro is just—it's so fucking
yeah.
80s, but I
Yes.
fucking
Hobo
love it.
on her broom.
Finally getting to Bluebird and Naruto Shippuden was really good
Oh.
too.
Oh,
I was so disappointed that they didn't use that 80s tastic Yu Yu Hakusho opening in the live action.
No,
So
I will say
disappointed.
the one thing about Baruto that is
The
like
One
fucking
Piece?
redeemable
The One
is the
Piece
intros and outros. There's an outro that's like a swing band, like at one point for Baruto, and it's fucking great. Like I fucking love. It's like a swing gospel group, and it's like, why is this so good?
Yeah.
For Konosuba, an explosion on the Wonderful World, they got the same like band who's done all the other ones, so it fits really well, and it's done really great.
And
Nice.
I have to bring up One Piece brought outros back. For such a long time, they've only done just the intro, and with the Wano arcs in the last season, they brought back the outro.
Are
So,
the intros shorter?
a little, yes.
Because they were doing like full length intros.
No, yeah. So now, so now you get 2 songs every episode, and I love the intro song for the most recent one. It's so happy. And
The One
it's
Piece is
so-
finding the skip button for the intro.
No, no, we don't skip the intro.
She's holding the Randy Savage back so hard right now.
Oh, is she?
Yep.
Don't make me do it.
Got out a little there.
One Piece is the cream of the crop.
It is. I'm
not gonna
telling
lie,
you, just
Slade.
start watching it.
You did the Between Two Pods with John and James recently, and
Yes.
when they started talking about Randy Savage, I fucking just lost it. I was like, I'm like, they don't even get the joke.
No.
Oh, God.
Oh man.
I don't sound like that. I don't.
All right. Well, I think we've pretty much covered it all. This might become a tradition yearly if we keep going this long.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Keep the group. Well, I mean, the Fight Club is eternal. We might not all be here all the time, but
Yes.
Right.
But we're always fighting.
I'm just gonna be sitting around looking at Discord every day, waiting on that. Hey, Slade, it's time. Attack on Titan.
Time.
this chat will. I'll keep this chat going. It'll pop back up. I'm gonna rename it to like Attack on Titan soon.
There's more people you need to invite because there's other people who want to be a
I
part.
think it's. I
of
think it was
Attack on Titan.
Jared from Play Along Pod and I were both like, "Yeah, you Attack on Titan. You need to do it."
I'll have to see, like, because I haven't heard from Jared in a while. Actually, I got to see how he's doing. But
Yeah.
Speaking of people, though, I kind of because this is the season finale, though, I did kind of want to go give a bit
It
of a run.
is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We've.
Are you sure?
It's been a year, Alex.
It has.
It
I
says it
don't
in the
believe
corner.
you.
It says it in the corner of the video.
That's a lie. I don't see it. Where?
I don't
It's up
see it
near
either.
It's near the duck in the corner of the. It's not in the stream. It's
There's
in
a
the,
duck.
Oh, I see. It's like
Yeah.
the corner of the browser. Okay. I was looking
Oh.
at her
Oh,
like
okay.
I was
Yeah.
looking at the overlay for this, and I'm like, where?
I'm like, it's too yellow. I can't see.
yeah. But anyway, so I just to end off the year, I wanted to give some thanks because we've made a lot of friends this year, and we've had a bunch. Alex is in a brick wall. The house looks so much nicer all of a sudden.
Oh no.
You can't see besides my Christmas tree.
But first and foremost, obviously,
Oh
Gonna
no, I
thank-
broke it. Oh,
Slade for coming back for this episode. This is your third appearance on the show
I
now.
think it is the third appearance now. And thank you very much for having me. It's always a blast to get that. Hey, do you want to come talk about anime? Because the answer is always yes. So thank you very much for having me.
No worries. And then Matt, of course, I want to thank you for coming on. I mean, this is your. I think you're the king record holder now for most appearances
Am I
on
really?
GNC.
Oh.
Yeah, because you
Wow.
had the
Nowhere.
Dragon Ball episode, the round table, the fruit baskets retrospective, and then now this.
Oh.
So I have to
four.
uphold Matt, is what I'm hearing.
yes.
Yep. But also, Matt's part of the GNC network now with Geek Addicts, and we're
Mm.
hopefully going to continue that for many more years. Hopefully.
Yeah. I'd like to get a round table going for some Dragon Ball discussions at some point,
Yes.
Yeah, we'll
especially when
eventually-
Shima comes out.
Mm.
Yeah. But also, we had some other guests this year that I wanted to shout out and just go down the list real quick. So, of course, we had our first guest of the year. We had Liv on from the podcast formerly Between Two Gamers. Shout out to Liv and Fruey. We also had Jerry from Super Ghost Radio came on. Alex drove him slightly insane.
I mean, that's just like part of the show now. Is me just driving people nuts. So it's just normal.
Yep. We also had Mono from Tokyo Game Life. He came on to talk to us about Dragon Light, not Animal Crossing. I don't know what
Dragon Light.
Life. I've been drinking gin in case anyone hasn't.
Yeah.
So we had Mono. He came on. Then we had the first Fight Club. So we obviously Slade and Matt, but also Jared from Play Along Pod, and then our long running guest Kevin from or Schnickerman. Yep. He's
Sorry.
been on a few times this year as well, and he's been watching us since day one. Always shout out to him. We also had Dave from Tales of the Backlog. Always cool to talk to Dave. We had Nave from Gaming Together. We can't forget Rick from Pixel Project Radio. Rick also came back with Slade and Chris from Retro Hangover for one of the greatest episodes we've ever done. the insanity of that episode.
Yeah, just the controller episode. But
Yeah. That was
Patrick.
My favorite part of that episode is we started that episode off and we were all talking about our game, like collecting and like stuff. And then Alex is like, I didn't collect any games, but I did buy a bird feeder. It was like, what? Okay. Yeah, that was a great one. We also had, who else did we have on the show? Oh, Josh from Still Loading Podcast. He joined us a few times this year to talk. Alex is squeezing your cat.
No.
Also, Josh, what a
squeezing.
wonderful guy. I mean,
Josh is one of the nicest guys. Like me and Alex actually got to meet him this year in person, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Because he was on for Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is also one of the funniest episodes we've done because Alex and the tuna.
I heard that's like the
That's
easiest
true.
fish to catch.
Shut up. It's not. I can't figure out how to fish. I've tried so many times. And I got it. I found it in a trash can, so it's fine. And then I put it in my museum. Oh,
It probably
Did you hear that?
smells.
Oh,
can you hear?
man.
Can you hear the
Yes.
noises she's
Yes.
making?
I lost my train of thought.
Josh from Still Loading is where you left off.
We had a
Billy,
Josh.
you didn't say the guest who's here right now.
Oh, Tilly's always here. She's just the third member. Jesus Christ. So aside from, she always derails the moments where I'm trying to be heartfelt.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh boy! But we also had Josh from Still Loading. He was on Stardew Valley and and the cat's gone. Retro
cat
World
went
episode.
Flying out of Alex's hands.
After punching her in the face.
She was done with your shit.
Yeah.
You're always done with my shit.
I feel bad. I'm like trying to praise how Josh is like the greatest person ever, and Alex is fighting a cat in the background.
Well, I mean, he deserves it for dissing my man Krobus. I'm still mad at you, Josh.
I think you got over it. You guys,
No.
you guys ignored me for like an hour at Retro World playing Double Dragon. So,
And our argument about the Jaguar.
oh yeah, did you guys hear this? I didn't tell you guys the story about how Alex and Josh broke a person at a booth. So there was literally a booth with an Atari Jaguar and an N64 literally next to each other on a shelf, and they were just arguing back and forth which one was better. And the poor lady running the booth was kept walking over to like trying to say something, and just like she couldn't because they kept going. Like she couldn't tell if it was a bit or not.
Oh, it's really funny.
It wasn't a bit. It was a serious argument. What are you talking about, Bill?
But aside from that, so moving on, shout out to Josh again. We also had Thrak joined us for a couple episodes. He's now part of the GNC community with the 3DO experience. We also had James from Games with John and James came on to talk game collecting, and he also challenged us to a game of Poop Slinger. So more on that in the future, hopefully. Chris from Retro Hangover was also on for the Saturn episode. And then when Alex was away on her hiatus, we had a bunch of guests come on as fill-ins. So I'll run them down real quick. We had Aaron from Super Pod Saga came on for an episode. We had Chris from a Novel Console came on. Schnickerman again. Thrak again. And then Chris from 1 Hour, One Decision was also on for an episode. And now we're back here. So I'll make a full list of everyone I collabed with this year for a proper shout out at some point.
Right.
It's really hard when trying to think of it off the spot because there's been so many, but it's
And
been
me.
really
Bringing chaos
Yeah.
into everything.
it's been really awesome this year just getting to know all the people in the community. Like I think
Yes.
season 3 was a big success, and I'm looking forward to season 4 continuing on all 3 shows and hopefully more collaborations in the future. We already have things planned, so
Woo!
see how it goes. And I guess now to end off, I'll let you guys plug your shows. Slade, if you wanted to go first.
Yeah, sure. I'm Slade. You can find me at most places at Slade Plays Games, except Instagram. That's Slade's Life. You can find me on the Game Club podcast, where once every 2 weeks we discuss video games, not too dissimilar to a book club. You can also find Bill and Alex on the show Between Two Pods
Woo.
if you'd like a little interview with them and just to get to know them a little better. That was a ton of fun.
And the clown music joke makes more sense.
It's true. The clown music joke will make more sense there.
Please,
My
if we come back on, you have to play clown music and this the background.
I'm only gonna do it when you talk. That's the thing, though. So it'll go from the like little vibe music to whatever you speak. Yeah.
I mean,
It's-
accurate.
It's really funny because I marathoned all the Between Two Pods at work one day, just because I needed stuff something to listen to, and I literally like as I went through them, I was like, "Holy shit, I get mentioned in like half of these."
Yeah, you are mentioned so many times.
I'm like, this could be a drinking game.
You're brought up a lot, and then recently, this little spoiler for what we're doing next year, right? I'll give y'all a peek behind the curtain. A lot of people that have been requested a bunch finally got theirs. So the gaming duo, the Elder Trolls, Retro Hangover.
Oh, you finally found Shane.
No, just
Chris.
Chris.
Oh, just Chris.
And Friday Night Gamescast. Y'all
Oh, nice.
y'all get to look forward to those. Friday Night Gamecast tried to break the record for the longest Between Two Pod episode. I just wasn't having it. They were trying to run. They were trying to run the runtime up. I think it's nearly a 2-hour episode, to be honest.
Oh no. I thought John was gonna run that one up too because he kept going.
Well, how many H's does he have in his name now? Like 4 or 5?
One, I get. So, wait, are you gonna get Aaron and Tommy at some point, and you're gonna have to get Tommy the AI?
Yeah, so I said that Tommy isn't real. It's just Aaron putting on a voice.
Yeah.
So, but I gotta get with them. It's scheduling is like the hardest part of that show, but
Yeah.
there's a lot more to come beyond them. I've just named a few.
Nice. All right, and Matt, I don't want to say anything because I don't want to plug my own show. I'll let you do it.
Oh, you can find me and Bill over on Geek Addicts, which is technically under the gaming and collecting podcast feed, but it is its own thing. We just talk about generalized, neat, nerdy stuff, pop culture stuff, movies, TV shows, animes. Occasionally, I'll ramble about a book. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
And we have a third co-host. He's the car that drives around in the background every episode.
Wait,
Revving
well,
car,
I
yeah.
get to plug my podcast. It's
Sure, Alex,
called
plug.
Water
plug the-
Bottle Facts. I just read the water bottles.
I thought it was going to be Macho Man Randy Savage impressions.
No, it's not.
I love how like she tries so hard not to do it, but anytime she says no, she immediately goes back to it.
No,
it won't be.
No. It's
We need-
Water
we need to-
Bottle Facts.
need to make-
Nutritional Facts, the podcast.
We need to make a new emoji on the server, and it's just Macho Man Randy Savage with a can of beans and a tuna in each hand.
Oh no.
Very good.
And a Kirkland signature water bottle. Please.
No, here we this will be my Photoshop journey tomorrow. It'll be the Kirkland signature water bottle with Randy Savage's head on it, and then his arms holding a tuna in a can of beans.
Can't wait to see the emote. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
That's gonna take me a while, but I'll get to it eventually.
no.
All right. Well, once again, guys, thanks for joining us for the season 3 finale. This was a wonderful time. Always a pleasure to have you gentlemen
great.
on.
Yeah.
And for the final time this year, guys, once again, thanks for joining us on the Gaming Collecting Podcast. The Gaming Collecting Podcast can be found on all your major podcasting platforms, particularly Apple Podcast and Spotify. You can find all of our links at linktree/thebarberwhogames. And if you'd like, you can join the GNC Podcast Discord server where you can talk all things gaming, collecting, the 3DO experience, Geek Addicts, or just talk general nonsense, gaming, anime, anything there. We have an entire channel dedicated to anime gifts, and it gets weird. Really.
It does.
And I'm bringing the curse shit back soon. Don't you worry. I have a stockpile, so get ready that I've
Hooray.
been saving.
We've also learned that you can fulfill any situation with a Kermit the Frog emote
Yes.
somehow.
Many of them are quite concerning.
Yeah.
One for every day.
Yes. But with that, guys, for the final time, thanks for watching. We will see you all later.
Watch One Piece. It's the best show ever. Trust me. It's
It's second to Attack on Titan. It's
No,
second
it's
to it.
better. It's better. Gear 5. It's better.
What is it? What is that, Macho Man?
No! I don't sound like that.
All right, later, everybody.
No.
Watch Attack on Titan.
No. One Piece.
And with that, I'm calling it adieu.